This next fighter out of the blue corner from Team Oxendine. Please welcome Kelsi New.
All right, going back into our MMA card. The only female MMA fight of the night. I'm joined, of course, by bare knuckle starlet Taylor Starling.
Hey, what's going on?
Was that the best night of your life, that first bare knuckle fight?
Oh, absolutely.
How does it feel to constantly have people remind you of the best night of your life?
Oh man, I pinch myself. I pinch myself every day. It definitely. I pinch myself every day. I wake up. I'm like, man, that was me. I'm excited for this fight. Female fights bring fire. And it's MMA. I can't wait.
Well, I think the last time you and I commentated was on Sasha Rockwood versus Karma Radford,
yes.
And you said the same thing. Like, girls always go out there, especially when they're the only female fight on the card.
Absolutely.
Like, we've got something to prove.
Exactly.
You know?
Women always have something to prove, and they just bring the fire every time.
Also, her opponent, fighting out of the red corner from Chance Muay Thai. Please welcome Talia Cusanelli.
Watching during the intermission, I was watching Talia Cusanelli hit pads. She has got some very fast hands for a debut, but I would expect nothing less from a personal protege of Mr. Trevor Hayes.
Absolutely.
One of the best striking coaches you can get in this area.
She's someone that I've seen online. I've seen her working. I've seen her in the gym. She definitely works hard. This is going to be a very interesting matchup.
And with the right people, too.
With the right people,
Surrounding
absolutely.
herself with the right people, the right training partners.
And you know what? A lot of people don't realize what a key factor being around the right people is when it comes to fighting. You need the good energy. You need the tough people to push you. It's going to be a great
Well, I know
fight.
you train all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
So you train anywhere where there are killers. I know you train at Gym O. I think you also train at Modern Warrior as well. Do you train anywhere else right now?
No, that's it. I was at Modern Warrior. I'm back at Gym O. I started off at Gym O. You know, it's been a long road of discovering myself and what was best for me as a professional athlete. I'm back at Gym O. Yeah, being around the right people, killers.
Definitely around the right people. We've seen them only basically lose one fight all night. Even the debuts they bring look like guys that have like 2 or 3 fights worth of experience just because they're in there with the right people.
Now these ladies look like they're about the same size. They look very evenly matched.
All right, let's go, ladies. Let's give us a good performance out here tonight. Let's go.
New will be in the highlighter yellow gear and Talia in the all black. New is a veteran of 2 fights, has 2 losses on her record. And Talia already throwing the combinations, looking very quick, knees to the body. And, you know, Trevor's mostly known for cultivating Muay Thai and kickboxing fighters, but he's certainly no stranger to cornering MMA. I think this is one of the first times I've ever seen him as a head coach in an MMA corner.
Absolutely. Talia looks like she's just willing to put the pressure on. She's looking like she's going to swarm. It's really hard sometimes to deal with a pressure fighter like that.
I think, you know, whenever you're talking about a traditional Muay Thai specialist, you're talking about a big difference in the clinching usually. And already we're seeing her go to the clinch over and over again with those knees.
Yeah, she's overwhelming her. She's swarming her.
And I believe Talia's got like 1 kickboxing match, but other than that, very limited combat sports experience.
Absolutely.
But just a lot of mat time.
She looks very experienced. What Kelsi needs to do, she needs to circle out. She's keeping herself against a cage and just giving, she's giving Talia the opening to just be on her.
Well, we kind of saw that earlier in the Edwin Diaz fight. He just could not get anything offensively going and was just forced to stay on defense the whole time. Kelsi New lands finally a big shot for her.
She's trying to get out of there.
Every time Talia feels any kind of threat, though, she is right back into that clinch.
Absolutely. Kelsi's doing what she can. She's doing what she can. It's hard when you have someone on you like that. It's almost like you're trying to do anything you can to get out of that situation and survive.
And I can already see her, like, if she had elbows available to her, she would be a monster.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so.
Talia's just wearing her down with those knees.
She is not giving her any space. I really like the weight distribution, all the weight up top, really hard to spin out, and she's got that like light underhook.
It's almost like they forget it's MMA. I haven't gone to the ground yet. This is my kind of fight.
I don't think Talia wants to take it to the ground at all. I think she's perfectly content with just standing in the clinch and kneeing Kelsi
She
New in
looks
the
great.
body.
She looks great right where she's at. It's working for her. Kelsi needs to get her back off
Oh,
the
she's
cage.
switching
Here
to
we
a
go, here we go.
single. Interesting. Takes her over to her corner now, right there at the cage door. It's been all Talia Cusanelli as we head down the stretch here in this opening round.
Just on her. Like I said, Kelsi's doing what she can from where she's at. It's very hard when you have somebody just on you like that.
And I think a lot of people watching at home, especially if they've never trained before, see those knees to the hamstring and they don't really know how to feel about them. If they hurt, they hurt, right?
They hurt
very bad.
There we go. And now they got some separation.
Kelsi started to earn a little bit of respect there with that strike,
Absolutely.
but Talia answers back with a teep of her own. And that's round one.
I would like to see just a little bit more of a Kelsi maybe trying to cut her angles, get her back off that cage. I seen a couple opportunities to be swimming. She could just be locked up with Talia. But like I said, she's doing what she can with what she's got.
They can be quite hard. You know, that's one of those skills that, you know, when you're early in your amateur career, you don't really understand ringsmanship or ring craft, how to really cut off your angles, how to get off the wall. And that's something that, you know, these people who have more of a striking background and used to be in the ring, they have to have that.
Yes.
Because they don't have that room that you have in a cage or that, you know, kind of circular motion.
Talia is definitely a pressure fighter. I love that. I'm a pressure fighter myself. But Kelsi's smiling in the corner. I've seen her smiling a couple times in the corner, so you can tell she's really enjoying it, and I think that's so important.
That's Casey Oxendine in her corner, kind of a mainstay of the East Coast MMA world.
Get across that cage, let's go to work.
All right, so that's, you want to see Kelsi try to get to the center as often as possible, because every time she gets cornered against the wall or pressed up against the fence, it gets really bad for her.
Yeah, she's giving Talia just what she wants, you know. Like I said, I'd like to see her cut some angles. Right now, I would like to see her swim more, get her underhooks.
Yeah, when you're coming into a matchup like this as the more experienced MMA person, you have to, you know, be forcing this kind of exchange where you're introducing more MMA to the Muay Thai style clinch. But honestly, this is some really great cage work from Talia for someone who's coming from a Muay Thai background.
Absolutely, she's mixing it up. Not just Muay Thai, but she's throwing her knees, she's locking up. She attempted a takedown. I was actually really surprised.
I was too. I think Kelsi New was a little caught off guard by that one too, but like we said, you know, this is a person who trains a lot with Invicta fighter Samantha Seth, trains with Fight For It veterans like Rolani Hodges, so it's all about who you surround yourself with.
Absolutely.
And the kind of work you're putting into these debut, your preparation. Headlock, now this is one of those things that, you know, comes up early in her amateur career only,
Yes.
but you got to know how to deal with it.
I think Kelsi just needs to get out right here.
I don't think it's a bad idea to just give up her back either, because you know you got to think against someone like Talia, you're gonna have a better shot of just getting out of there if you give her her back than just letting her continue to knee you against the fence. Nice mat return.
There we go.
Talia is showing some great instincts, and the body triangle is there.
She's really mixing it up.
Wow, wow. She's shown us a little bit of everything here in this fight.
A great ground and pound. Trying to break her. She's trying to soften her up so she can look for the opening.
Kelsi New doing the right thing by putting that body triangle on the ground to try to get it free, but she cannot afford to lose her hands and use her hands to fight the triangle right now or she's going to get choked.
It's one of those things when someone's on you like that, it's so exhausting. It wears you down mentally, physically. But I think Kelsi is doing a good job at trying to weather the storm.
And now we got Talia Cusanelli in the three-quarter mount, making her way to the back again. But I think it's a good idea for Kelsi New to try to get her half guard reintroduced, but her knee's completely flattened now. Talia passing to the full mount. Nope, she's still got the three-quarter, but might as well be full.
She's looking great for this being for her first amateur MMA fight.
Yeah, absolutely. She looks really good, and she's shown us a little bit of skill in every possible in arena.
Striking on the ground, wrestling.
20 seconds left for Talia Cusanelli to work as she enters the complete full mount. And that will be it. Talia Cusanelli by TKO in her MMA debut against Kelsi New. The damage was just too much to deal with.
It's hard. When someone's swarming you like that, it's just so difficult. Poor Kelsi Shuza. She did what she could with what she had.
And it's got to be frustrating to already, you know, come in 0-2 and to get matched with a prospect like Cusanelli. Cusanelli prepared well. We see the fight ending sequence here. Once she lost that 3/4 mount and went to full mount, you got to assume that referee Donnie Jessup isn't going to let it go on too much longer. And despite these strikes not necessarily being the most damaging in the world, there was no defense.
Talia had to answer for everything. Anything that Kelsi did, Talia answered.
And constantly made it to where she was going
All
first.
right, your winner out of the red corner, Talia Cusanelli by referee stoppage due to
Fantastic performance by
strike.
Talia.
A
All right,
wonderful,
nice hard-fought
wonderful
match. We
fight between
appreciate
those
it,
two ladies for our solo
Hang tight, don't go
ladies
nowhere.
MMA
We still
fight.
got 4 more to go.